Hello and welcome to Afraj Mansoori's YouTube channel. So today we'll be discussing one of the most crucial topics, higher education in India and COVID-19. So far we have seen the news reporters and the news columnists speaking about how badly or how adversely COVID-19 has been affecting India in the social, cultural and economical aspects. But one of the most crucial topics, higher education in India and COVID-19, today we'll be discussing over here on this YouTube channel. So it's quite important for all the students to understand the impact of COVID-19 on Indian students and how it will be deliberately affecting adversely. This COVID-19 is going to be disrupting the Indian higher education system. We have seen an unprecedented lockdown right from the month of March and April 2020, this current year in India, because this whole Chinese virus seemed to originate in China, not only limited to the China, rather it has been spread in all across the globe, and India is not an exception to that. We have also seen a huge, tremendous lockdown over here. The effect of this pandemic is being felt across all aspects of the economy, with multiple agencies such as Moody's expecting GDP growth to fall as low as 2.5% in this calendar year. Definitely, because of the lockdown, there's a recession that has been hit. The people's money from the people's pocket is not flowing into the markets, not flowing to the brands. Rather, the brands are not giving it to the manufacturers, and hence there is no flow of money. And recession has been hit, and that is somewhere contributing towards the fall of the GDP, as well as University Grant Commission and other apex education bodies have also issued COVID-19 specific guidelines for Indian higher education institute, resulting in approximately 1,000 universities and approximately 40,000 colleges temporarily closing, students being asked to go home, and efforts being undertaken to move classes online. These measures will have varying degrees of impact on approximately 3.75 crore students enrolled in and approximately 14 lakh faculty employed by the system. So as we all know, being a student, you are sitting at home and attending online lectures, maybe through Skype or through the Zoom. You're not getting that classroom connect. And this is somewhere or the other affecting your education. That is somewhere or the other affecting your curriculum and your grasping power. So in a way, this is affecting us altogether in an unprecedented level. Also moving on, raising concerns among higher education institute regarding the students admission. So all the students who have been cleared their 10th and 12th now will be looking forward for the higher education, as well as the graduates will be looking ahead for the higher education institutes. Now the key question regarding students recruitment that higher education leaders administration are concerned about. So basically here there are almost 9 questions that we need to think about and understand, because this is the most crucial aspect right now that the student fraternity is being going through. The first one, in the case there are delays in the national board and competitive exams like JEE, definitely if JEE has been postponed, then JEE advanced will be ahead postponed. CET, should we focus on changing our student selection mechanism and criteria? So basically this JEE advanced and CET, as well as the other competitive exams which are key to get into an higher education institute, this all entrance exams are getting postponed. So the question is arising that whether the students should change their stream and get into another stream for pursuing their higher education. The next question that we have is, in case of scheduled entrance exams cannot be conducted due to unavailability of testing centers, should we create a backup plan and switch to online proctored exams? Next one, when we switch to digital channels, how do we ensure that we are accessible to our prospects in Tier 2 and Tier 3 geographies during the lockdown period? How can we improve quality and diversity of our student intake in this scenario? Will we still be able to recruit students from other states and countries? Definitely there is a lockdown, there's a nationwide lockdown, there's a statewide lockdown, as well as the taluka-wide and territory-wide lockdown. So in these circumstances, the people, for example, if the Pune guy wants to come and study in Mumbai, will he be allowed it over here, or should he take that risk to come back to Mumbai and study? If the lockdown period is extended while current classes are being experimented online, how can we prepare for the next academic session to commence in an online mode? So right now it's quite unprecedented, and it's a shock to all of us that Indian education system has always believed, or the traditional method of Indian education system is that a student sits in a class and attends a lecture while the faculty has been teaching on the blackboard or the green board or the projector. So there's a beautiful communication, a physical communication that takes place between a student and a teacher. But due to this unprecedented lockdown, what we are seeing is the students have been attending the online lectures, and in a way it is getting difficult. So the students continue towards getting into this online lecture academic scheduling, that students should make their mind and process accordingly. Should we just continue with that? That is the question. The next one, should a fee structure and financial aid offer be altered in this situation to attract the talent? Definitely, due to the lockdown, as I said, people are not going to the offices are not working, so maybe there might be a reduction in the salary which has been paid to the student, to the parents. And definitely in this whole circumstances, parents don't have that much of money to invest on their students. So in this scenario, altering the fees, reducing the fees would be a greater and a beneficial idea for all the students who have the talent and want to pursue. For example, engineering colleges do demand a lot of hefty fees. But in this scenario, if the engineering colleges could be more concerned about the talents that is getting into them and could lower the fees, can really impact a great way. Next, in this case, the next academic session is commenced online. What will be the impact on our top line and bottom line if auxiliary revenue sources, hostel, mess, etc. are affected? Definitely, if this lectures have been conducted online, so definitely hostels as well as messes won't be running in full-fledged, because the students will be at their home place and attending the lectures. So again, it's a quite debatable and quite interesting topic, and a question that needs to be addressed. What capabilities do we need to develop in the digital domain to help our prospects, future student, understands what we have to offer? Will there be a drop in students' demand for program? Which programmers will be the most impacted? Should we withhold plans for launching new programmers this year? So basically, these are a lot of questions which have been arising right now. But more than that, right now the focus, right now one thing that the higher education institutes and the students should be focusing on are the following. Institutes need to innovate, focus, realign, and respond to the new normal. And there are some 5 steps which have been suggested. The first one is the digital first. As we all know that the whole platforms are getting digitized, so using digital in this case is quite useful. Use a digital first approach for targeting and enhancing student experience. So maybe any digital means to educate and enhance the students' motive would be highly welcomed. Targeted campaign, realign marketing campaigns to focus on geographical strongholds and student segments where brand is well established. Student experience, create an engaging student experience as focus is likely to shift to lead conversion from lead generation. So definitely, because of this whole unprecedented lockdown that has been taken place, it is quite easy for the students to get distracted and to move on in another track. So in this case, creating a student experience and holding on the student's ability and his focus and his attention on the subject matter is quite important. Brand and community engagement, refine and strengthen brand position through COVID-19 efforts at an institute level. Student, parent, and other stakeholders would prefer institute that produce positive and social impact. So definitely, instead of sending one child altogether to another state, another city, the parents would be more interested in sending the students to the nearby institute which are creating a positive social impact. Next, and the last one, communication. Develop content strategy that helps differentiate your offerings in the digital crowd and engage the stakeholders in clear and consistent manners. So definitely, a lot more brands will be coming up with a lot more brand policies and engagement files. But in this scenario, creating a unique one that will be really very loyal to your stakeholders will be highly welcome. And the last one, well, we have identified challenges in the various admission process and have highlighted the possible mitigation step that institutes can take. So definitely we know that this is not a normal scenario wherein we could freely interact and communicate physically, but this is a lockdown and an unprecedented period that we are going through. So there are different levels that we go through while we select a college. So the very first level that we have is the admission campaign, that is the lead generation. So the issues or the challenges that we are facing are limited circulation of newspapers and could not lead to lower brand awareness. Basically, I'll just correct myself. Limited circulation of newspapers and could lead to lower brand awareness. So definitely, a lot more colleges are putting their advertisements on the newspapers, but due to the newspapers are not reaching every home, rather the newspapers have keys down. There's a less of a brand awareness which has been taking place. So the possible mitigation step for this would be switch to alternative channels, gaming apps, news app, OTT platforms. So here we are expecting almost 60% viewership growth. Next, lockdown affecting planned admission campaigns, students recruitment fairs, schools outreach. So Position Institutes has thought leaders in the fight against COVID-19 release faculty POVs, short-term courses, community contribution. Digital channels getting a great growth. Differentiated content, video blogs, podcasts on board students as part of time content creators. So basically, we have been addressing the sector issues and challenges, and besides that, we have been addressing the possible mitigation steps which can be taken place. Next, application window. Lower bandwidth of agents has resulted in drop in offline applications. So for that, roll out, refer a scholar program using existing network, student, faculty, alumni. Regional and international diversity affected, students reconsidering migration for education. Run targeted campaigns focusing on strategically important segments based on geography or student persona. Economic slowdown may cause students to rethink investing in postgraduate courses. Student talent pool impacted. Target students reconsidering international PG opportunities, build communication campaigns highlighting institutions' value, proposition, and offerings. Next, moving on towards the next level, that is the prospect engagement. So here the kind of issue that we are flowing through is social distancing, physical restrictions, make it unfeasible to conduct campus tours, info sessions, inability to reach schools and conducting counseling sessions, lower bandwidth of outbound telecalling agencies owing to reasons such as remote working conditions. So for that, the possible mitigation steps would be AR, VR based virtual campus tour, leverage digital channels, webinars, key institutions, value propositions, personalized counseling through chat apps, promote student campus ambassadors on social networks. Given that courses are online, allow prospective students to audit courses, leverage alumni to engage with prospects. Next, evaluation process and admission list. Timelines unclear. Board exams, IIT, JEE, NEET postponed. Shorter window for student selection. Entrance exam centers impacted. Processes requiring physical presence not feasible. Bandwidth and reach of chosen digital exams providers to cater to right target audience. Definitely for that, the suggested possible mitigation steps are allow students to attend mock exams, leverage online proctoring services to enable students to take exam forms home, switch to online video conferencing platforms for personal interviews, explore alternative evaluation processes, extracurricular portfolio, group discussion, online interviews. So as well as the campus online counseling and provision list, there are certain challenges and definitely the possible mitigation steps are given besides that, and offer rollout and student onboarding. So government mulling alternative academic calendar for 2021. Definitely for that, the possible mitigation step is 6-week online course to engage provisional student and prepare for enrollment. And there are higher education institutes need to build a 100-day response plan. As we all know, the institutions take in the month of August, or rather they start enrolling and start with the education in the month of August. So almost right today is April. So May, June, July, August. So almost there are 3 months. That is almost a plan of 100 days. So there are almost 9 points listed down over here. Measure HEI digital footprint using tools such as sentiment analysis, social share of voice, engagement rate before launching new digital campaigns. So basically, you could find the most important parameters that the students are expected to go through. I would really request, and it's quite appreciated if the student goes through each and every pointer and understands it. And if you have any doubt, the doubts are welcome in the comment section below, and I'll be really more than happy to address them. And the most important topic, develop scenarios to assess impact of COVID-19 on enrollment, cash flows, expansion plans, and identify alternate options, mitigation plans for this year. So this has been a great session wherein we have been discussing about the COVID-19 and how adversely it has been affecting the Indian education system. I hope this video was quite useful to you. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned to Afraj Mansoori's YouTube channel because there's a great content coming up. Thank you.